Oh, there we go.
There we go.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode, holy cow, what is this? Like 369?
I think that's
We're
right.
at episode 87 of the Collectin and Connectin podcast. I am joined by the one, the only. You guys have no idea how hard it was to get in touch with this man. I had to talk to his people. Finally, we've secured RybaGuy, TopShot collector extraordinaire. RybaGuy, thank you for coming on the show.
I'm so excited to be here. Like I said, I was talking to you before, and I said I knew it was about time to come on. All the other people I see in the streets, I see their names on the podcast, and I was going to be the weird guy who just is a associated name and nothing else if I don't come on soon. So yeah, thanks for having me. I love the podcast. I listen as often as I can to all the podcasts. Not every one of them, but as many as I can. So when I see names on there, for sure. So.
And you have one of the more famous names, I would say, in the TopShot streets.
Yeah.
You are a offer master.
Infamous, I guess. Yeah. Well, I guess that's right. Yeah. I mean, I like I like sending out offers. You know,
yes.
This it kind of started off, when no one was really using TopShot in the interim period between
right, yeah,
when it was really popular and now.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it was just people accepted them and it shocked me, so it just kind of kept going, and now it's kind of sort of monster of its own.
Yeah. Well, now people can have a face for the name, and the same cannot be said for GPH.
Yeah, I don't know. He's like if there was ever a frenemy, I think it was me and GPH. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever entity it is.
Yeah. Whatever software.
That would be the big hit. That's the podcast that's the video
people would tune in. It would just be like a hologram.
Yeah.
Cortana thing.
There was someone else. When I talked about how there was like no one doing this for a while, it was me, GPH, and then there was one other person who in fact was like 3 people, and then he got booted. But
I remember that, and I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
By the time that we'll try to get the
name.
We should,
anyway, some other people for sure know who I'm talking about. But
yes,
5 people. It's like shit. 3 of them are this one dude. Sorry, I won't curse.
No, you're good. You're good. So, one thing I wanted to talk about, we've had a few, well, I guess it was just Thunder Hour, but you also joined me in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
For the Cup.
Yeah. Well, and Roham, that counts. He's on the pod too. So
yeah, there you go. A few people know him. What I love giving you guys an opportunity to share the like random nature in which that could be and the short notice.
Well, hearing you tell it and then hearing Thunder Hour tell it, I was like, okay, good. I actually feel like I had some advance notice. I think I got mine on like Friday or Saturday, maybe even. And
oh wow.
Yeah, I was real early. No, I had the same thing. I was like, I mean, as I do a lot of offers and stuff like that. But I didn't know. They were like, you've been selected, and I was like, that's wonderful. I did not know what I entered, but and it kind of just worked out perfect. They were like, do you want to go on Wednesday to an NBA game? And it's like, yeah, I do want to do that. I didn't, we didn't know who else was going. We didn't know, I didn't know, you didn't know anyone personally, at least. It was a no-brainer, I'm actually, so the weird thing is we talked about this, but I'm from Las Vegas. So I was born and raised there. So going to NBA games is still really exciting. I mean, well, I live in Los Angeles now, but I love like NBA games. I didn't grow up really ever having a chance to go to NBA games. Every once in a while they would come to Thomas and Mack in Las Vegas.
Right.
And it was really exciting. So anyway, it was kind of like, I don't know, harkening back to those days where I got to go to a random NBA game because I was in Las Vegas.
Totally.
Yeah, it was awesome though. MGM was cool, and then the seats. I heard you complaining about. Like, great.
Stop! I thought they were super
good. I was really impressed. I thought they were really good. I thought you were being kind of a dick. Okay. Yeah, it was super. The problem is we spent, from my perspective, I didn't watch enough of the game. I was sitting there the whole time. Not the whole time, but a lot of the time I was talking to you guys.
I know.
Like, Thunder Hour, talking about, meeting all the people. And then Thunder, he was not happy the whole time. I felt bad.
It was awkward because I was kind of hoping
so funny.
the Bucks would win.
He was good about it too, because he said normally, I'd not be having fun right now at all. But
he was such a good sport about it.
Yeah. But I was shocked. And when I got there, what was really cool, and you guys talked about this too, is the different. It wasn't all like it was like Radman, D-Radman. It was all different collectors, both in like demographic kind of, and also what they collect, like
portfolio.
Yeah, like fast break. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just different.
Totally.
I didn't really start. I mean, I didn't buy a legendary, I don't think, until I started in January 2021, and I don't think I bought a legendary for like a year or two into it. Like I kind of fooled around, do flash challenges and all that stuff, and just like buying the commons and doing the drops and doing the challenges and stuff like that. And I was one of those collectors before I ever bought a legendary, before I ever spent any money or something like, any big money or anything like that. So it was cool seeing those people at the NBA Cup, because it was sort of like looking back at a version of myself from, 3 years ago or whatever.
Yeah. 4 years ago. So this month is your 4-year TopShot birthday.
Shout out to whoever on X or whatever described January 2021 as TopShot baby boomers, which I thought was hilarious and so good. So whoever said that, that's so funny. It's just so perfect. Like this massive swell of people, like no one really before or after. So that was really funny. But so TopShot baby boomer, big time. Yeah, January 2021. And so for a while it was discouraging, as other boomers have experienced, but kind of rode through it. Now we're into the golden years, right?
I think so. Yeah. Things are definitely stable.
Yeah, it feels that way.
And so that's good. But
and I said this too. If anyone's ever watching this video, I'm sorry, but I'm looking over here, and I was telling Coultin I have On the Moment, TopShot, Floaty, and Twitter up, which are the X, this is how I operate. So every once in a while I'm flashing over here because I'm hoping something like some offer gets accepted, or like I can like annoy someone mid-pod and be like, nope, I'm not a bot. See? And I'm
this
also
is a live look into what's the guy's name? Never mind. Like the mad scientists room. Operation room. Yeah.
So the news as of we're taping though is the Luka trade. That's the thing I had.
So I had to wear. Brett isn't with us yet, but I had to wear my Luka jersey that's now outdated. But it actually works out because you would never catch me in a Lakers jersey.
That's perfect.
So it works out. But holy cow!
I was DMing you, and I had no idea that that anything had happened related to the trade or anything like that. And I was sitting out floaty loans or something at night, and someone posted RybaGuy sitting out loans while the rest of the NBA is talking about the most exciting trade in the last. And I was like, this is stupid. I'm going to stop doing this right now. But so exciting trade deadline. It's not even over yet.
No kidding.
And then Fox and Wemby's the other.
Fox joining up with Wemby in San Antonio. That's going to be exciting. So, are you a Lakers fan? I know you follow the league as a whole.
Yeah. People are probably gonna hate this. I'm like the Rob Lowe, when he had the NFL hat on.
I love that.
Yeah. It's the best possible analogy. No, I'm not a Lakers fan. So that's why. I I had to mention Las Vegas because it sort of like explains a little bit of this, because I'm from there and my mom's from there, and so we have no teams of any sort of variety. My dad was born and raised in Dallas, so I'm a pretty big Cowboys fan. The Mavs were like not fun to root for growing up, so I kind of I'm not as devoted to them. But so the thing is, we never had an NBA team. I was a huge UNLV Running Rebels fan, though. Like I loved basketball and I loved college basketball because that's what we did have. And like all God-fearing Americans, I was a Jordan fan for the 90s. But yeah, so I never really developed any attachment to any team, really, in any sport. But, you know, I always saw the betting lines in the newspapers and whatever. So that's why, I mean, TopShot came along and it was like this weird thing for me, because I've been sort of following like leagues and teams and their relative, like how they're doing. I mean, now everyone sort of does sports betting, or at least everyone watching this podcast probably does. But for a long time, you know, that's kind of how I followed pro sports, because I didn't have a team to really care for. And then, so now I chose the Lakers because I live in LA, and because I think I had to choose one. That's what it boiled down to. So I kind of I follow the teams that are most interesting, which is going to be the Lakers again now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, sure, as of the time that we're recording this, they don't have a center on their team, I don't think.
Right.
But I think that even if by the time, I mean, I'm sure they're not done, but Luka and LeBron is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean,
it's gonna be fun.
As an impartial sort of fan, this is the best part of being an impartial fan. It's like, let's blow up two teams and let's get crazy, you know,
see
like
what happens.
Stuff, super fun. And then Warriors, and then when it disbands and go to hell, I'm like, I'm not a Warriors fan, you know. So it's you know, it's the best of all worlds. So. What do I get?
I was talking to my brother because he and I are both diehard Jazz fans, have been all our lives, and the last couple of years, I've loved the NBA as a whole all my life, but you know, I started as a Sonics fan because I always had to be different than everyone else in Utah. But then when the Jazz were like in the Western Conference and then the finals, I was all in on Jazz. But it's been awesome having the Jazz suck, because I have been able to kind of step back and watch teams, because I know the Jazz aren't going to beat anyone ever. And so it's like no team I'm not in competition with any team. And so I get to just kind of watch these other teams and just cheer for storylines and players.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's been nice.
Yeah, and you're like, you know, as a small market team, you're not really like supposed to be winning every year. So you can kind of, you know, every year the Lakers and the Knicks or whomever is no good. It's a catastrophe.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And the Jazz have
whomever else in the league. So
right.
And you can probably go to games easier when they're no good.
They're still pretty cheap. Tickets are pretty cheap.
That's why I never became a Lakers fan when I went here. I moved to Los Angeles. I was like, I can't afford to become a Laker fan. That's not.
No, I can't imagine. Tickets for whatever. It's not Staples. What is it now?
Is it still
Crypto.com Arena?
Yeah. Which I guess that's looking good again. Maybe, I don't know. Great.
Right.
Hopefully, I haven't been in the new Clippers. I live like 15 minutes from the new Clippers arena, and I haven't been to that yet.
Dude, you've got to get there.
I know.
And you've got to report back on the wall that we hear so much about.
I mean, I guess it's going to be exciting. It has to be. But I feel like you could have workshopped the name. But
we'll call it the wall.
It's gonna be good.
I know that Ballmer came and toured the Delta Center here in Utah because he took a lot of the Delta Center's design and plugged it in there. He really liked how in the Delta Center it's really steep. It's not wide. It's so like if you're in the nosebleeds of the Delta Center and you look down, it's like, it's scary. You're gonna die. And so that lens, that makes it feel like the fans are right on top.
Yeah.
So I want to check that place out.
Who's your favorite, like who's your favorite Jazz player right now? Who's the young guy that's like your personal favorite?
I mean, it's got to be Collin Sexton. He's not a rookie. I don't know that there's anyone in the NBA that plays with more heart than Collin Sexton does. And I know a lot of people watching this are going to be like, you're a homer. But I challenge anyone. Like, no one watches the Jazz, so y'all can just shut up. You don't watch the Jazz. Collin Sexton plays with so much heart.
Yeah.
But
I fear... George good?
Yes, Keontae. I think Keontae's going to be good.
Cannon makes me pay a lot for his legendary, so I need to understand whether it's worth it.
I will forever hold the Keontae rookie revelation.
Yeah,
The thing that I like about Keontae that people don't realize is that he's been playing point guard for the Jazz his whole career, well, his whole 1 year, but he never played point guard in high school or college, and so
where did he go to college?
Huh?
Where did he go to college? Where did he go?
Baylor.
Oh, Baylor.
Baylor. But he played shooting guard, and so the Jazz have been plugging in Isaiah Collier, their rookie from this year. They've been playing him at point guard and Keontae at the 2, and Keontae's been looking a lot better offensively. However, his defense is atrocious. So we're gonna have to.
The other day on a podcast. That's what.
Who was it?
Bill Simmons slandering.
Oh,
yeah, his defense.
About his defense. Yeah, it's like it might be the worst in the NBA. So, but I'm not worried about that. He's year 2.
Yeah.
And the Jazz suck as a whole, so it's hard to really gauge.
Do you guys have your own pick?
Oh man, we have our pick, and then we have Minnesota's pick, and that might be it. But we might, and then we have some seconds that aren't ours. But we have Minnesota's pick and our pick, and then next year we'll have Cleveland's and ours. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you have a good rebuild going.
Yes, and I trust Danny Ainge. He knows what he's doing.
Right.
So, what has you excited with TopShot lately? I mean, that's kind of a broad question.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I like the new. Well, okay, so I'm glad you said we're recording this on the 3rd, right? February. Yeah. So I love both new features I really like, which are the feed and just this morning or today,
the stacking
board. Yeah, stacking. Yeah. I like both of those. That's kind of what I was fooling around with when we were right before we got on the pod. I was just like looking around and seeing and it's perfect. I think the feed's really cool.
Yes, it is.
And like, there's a million ways you could make it. Well, you could just change it and make it cooler and better in a million. Like the conceptual and a bunch of people have pointed out a bunch of the different things, which I agree with, but it's just the concept is really cool.
Yeah.
I just like seeing what other people were doing. I think that was the way I used to do that, I guess, is to just see what people were buying and selling, but then you don't find out, locking sets and who's right. Anyway, I really liked it. And then I like the stacking thing, obviously, because I like stacking stuff too.
Yes, you do.
It was fun. Yeah, it's cool to see. So I love the interface changes. When we were in Las Vegas, Rohan was talking a lot about that stuff.
Yes, he was.
Cool. Not in specific terms, of course, but like just seeing it come to fruition. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
And mint counts have been like the same. So that's been nice too.
Yeah. Predictable.
Everything's been getting better.
Yeah. It really feels like, and maybe I don't know. I'm biased. I do love TopShot, but it really feels like last season, 23-24, they figured out the formula for the drop cadence, all the like the drop schedules, mint count, and it really feels like
totally
like everything is moving in the right direction at this point. Like it's predictable, it's consistent.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like it just sort of, the ship is headed in the right direction. Sort of all the, there's tweaks and all those things, and
the core of the product is moving in the right direction, and then we're also getting little improvements along the way that make a ton of sense.
Yeah, it's like I sort of broadly agree with many of the things that have been said about TopShot over the past 4 years or 5 years. Like how it's the greatest thing ever, and how it's there's been problems and missteps.
Yeah.
Anyway, and the one thing that the reason I've really kept doing it all this time just is because there's been, as bad as it was, there's been incremental progress in not the economy, not the values on paper of the moments or whatever, but there's been incremental progress in everything else.
Yeah.
At least is how I feel. For the last several years, and accelerated so in the last few months. But
yes,
from just comms being better, if for no other reason than just being less, and then just back end, in many ways, right? It was let the product speak for itself, and that's kind of A+. That's worked. I was talking to someone too, and I don't remember. I haven't seen maintenance mode in a minute. It's been a while. I kind of take for granted that some stuff now just doesn't happen that used to happen.
Yeah, you're right.
Did not used to exist as a thing, anyway, and that's obviously sort of small stuff. But I guess when I just zoom out and I think about all the things, I was like, when we were all us boomers, when we were all thinking back, it's what TopShot should do this, and I kind of run over the list in my head, and I'm like, okay, most of those things are done. In addition to a few other things that we said they should do. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I simp for TopShot totally. I don't work for them or anything. You guys know I'll look as foolish as anyone in the world if I'm wrong about everything. So, but I'll delete my Twitter right before that, so you won't. You'll never have the satisfaction of seeing me sad. So.
I'll be right there with you.
Win-win.
We'll jump over to Open Sky or whatever it's called, Blue Sky.
Yeah.
New names.
Yeah, just top to bottom, it seems like what has definitely taken hold is a view towards the long term.
Yeah.
And, whether this or that is the necessarily exact right way to get to the ultimate, no one's trying to hit some revenue target next quarter anymore, or else everything's going to hell. It feels like we're sort of thinking long term. So
100%
irons it out. Yeah. Look, and like I said, what I've been doing for 2 or 3 years is the stupidest thing in the world if I'm wrong. So there's no, I'm really optimistic, and also just it's fun. I really do just have fun.
Yeah,
I started it as I've made a joke on Twitter at some point, which I started it as a thing to do while pretending to poop to get away from my kid during COVID. It's like a joke, but not at all a joke. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, I mean, it was I don't really I'm not so much on Instagram or TikTok or anything like that, and so TopShot filled. It was news. Okay. TopShot.
Right. Let's see who's buying what.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I love about, like you said, the new features they're introducing, people that are into TopShot, they're average users like you and I, if I look at my screen time on my phone, it's it's just TopShot. I'm just on there, and everyone is like that. We're just looking at moments. Oh, who bought that? Oh, wow. RybaGuy's how many does he have? Let me go to his account.
Yeah, this won't surprise you, but anytime I have 3 minutes instead of texting or whatever, I'm offer. No, what's too low? What's too low? I mean, really, yeah, that's why, and I get an email, you've been outbid. It's oh, yeah.
I was telling.
I bet I can outbid you before this light turns green. I'm kidding. That's how
I was telling Nicole Banana after I hung out with you in Vegas. I was like, yeah, we were in an elevator and he got a phone notification because I still don't understand. I get loans, but I haven't ever done one through floating. But I was like, yeah, he got some sort of a floating notification for a loan and he had to hurry and do something with it. Yeah. She was laughing.
I heard that. I was listening to that episode. That was funny. The correction I'll make is that someone said I don't check the box. There's this box that says like auto repay or whatever. And I do have auto repay. But
I remember she said
but then the issue is like if I don't have enough funds in my account and then I'll default. And it was, to your point, what was it, like 11:30 p.m. and we were like,
it was late.
NBA Cup, and we were like trying to go home, and I'm like, oh no, like I'm gonna lose this Mikal Bridges legendary for $79 if I don't hurry up and sell some,
It's fun though, man. It's fun. It's something to do.
The loans are cool. I mean, you don't do it. I'll wait. I need to get someone on who lends me a bunch of money so I can thank them and stuff like that. But it is a fun thing to do.
One of these days I'm gonna fund one of your loans.
You should, and then you can distract me in an NBA game, and I'll forget to pay it back.
I'll start texting you.
Sinister plot.
You would just say, "Oh, whatever."
Depends how things are going, I guess, at that time. But I mean, but MX, she was one of the first ones. I mean, she was one of the first ones that funded some of the loans.
Yeah,
she kind of started. I mean, that was a big impetus for me buying more moments generally and legendaries specifically. Was that there was a market for people that wanted. Well, one, it kind of proved to me that people wanted them. Like even if because there would be a lot of people that wanted to get it for $69 or $79 or whatever when it was listed for $100. And so that right away was sort of interesting to me. I was like, oh, there's actually more of a market for these certainly legendaries than is, obvious. Mm-hmm. And so then I just kept doing it more and, the pyramid scheme I'm running against myself where I keep buying more and loaning out against myself. And, if values go up, it'll be great. But if not, I'll just, everyone will have all my moments one day. Hopefully. I guess that's kind of the idea, but ideally they would be paid for, not defaulted on loans.
Yeah.
You got to dip your, you should, dip your toe. Like you can't, like if you start lending on my, Jazz legendaries, like I loan them out for $179 and Lincoln's going to buy it for $200 if you default on it. It's kind of a fun game within a game. It's kind of how I approach it, at least.
It's cool to see. I mean, I know Banana's chasing the TopShot, the top 50 Lego set.
Yeah.
And I know she's grinding just loan passive income through the loans and rolling it into the Legos.
I would love for someone to do like an analysis, to know how it's going for people, like how much she's made. I would love to know how much she's made and interest. It'd be fascinating. So.
Yeah, I need to get in there and
the existence of floaty, just its very existence was one of the reasons I was sort of so steadfastly bullish on TopShot, I guess. I don't know about bullish, but just look, there's it's not just TopShot. There's other people like NBL. I remember I haven't talked to him a lot, but I remember, and it was like, this dude obviously is smart and motivated.
Yeah.
And it's like, and same with this pod and other ones. Like there's a whole sort of group of people that are obviously capable and smart who are banking, betting, in one sense or another on TopShot. It's like, all right, well, I can't be this wrong.
Right.
There are other people out here that seem like they really know what they're doing and they kind of like it. So it's separate and apart from just like the, money and fun, whatever on floaty. It's like, it sort of was just the very fact that it existed was one of the reasons.
Yeah, no,
and
totally.
It continues to be one of the reasons I'm kind of like, oh, this has legs for a long, long time. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. It's been lately. I've been getting mad at TopShot because I go to the card shop. I still go there. It's on my way home. Like I'll still stop there sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And the urge to buy a pack or a blaster box is just slowly like dwindling away. Like I was in Florida recently on vacation, and we went to Walmart, and they had some NBA hoops or premium stock was the product, and it was like, I don't know, $35 or something, and I buy it and I rip all the packs. I do a car rip, which is classic addict behavior. Like, I can't even wait to get home. I'm ripping in the parking lot.
Of course.
And like, not only did I pull like maybe $4 worth of cards that I would have to sell on eBay to ever get the $4. Like, what the hell am I going to do with these? So they're in my closet, and I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with these? So it's like, now when I go to the card shop, it's like, I could spend $30, or I could buy like a Isaiah Collier freshman gem that won't take up any space in my, like, I don't know.
He's literally opening.
Makes too much sense.
My box of cards was on the floor of my closet while we were playing that, because that's where it would have been. There's 3 possible places, and this is where one of them. That's why I opened that while you were talking.
Yeah, totally. and I'll still buy some on occasion on eBay and stuff, but like, it makes too much sense.
Well, I still started doing this because of cards. It was during COVID, and one of my friends came over, shout out Mike, and it was during COVID, and I was doing what you're talking about. I was like going through my cards, and I wasn't gonna, but I went online. I was like, oh, let's look how much these are worth or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna go buy it. Obviously Beckett was old school. Yeah. And I was like, and the website, and I don't remember. I just was like, card prices. I hadn't done it in however many years.
Right.
I never Googled it. And I was like, nope, this is a cesspool. Like, what are you doing? I have to like sign up for like 1,000 things. I've seen this before. It's when I'm like trying to get a car loan. No, like, it's just messy. I'm going to get a million like horrible things happen. And it was like, I still went through them all or whatever. And my buddy came over, and we were probably watching a game or something. And it was then that he told me, like, dude, there's this new thing, TopShot. And I was like, that sounds cool. And then I screwed around, probably cost myself millions of dollars for like a few weeks. And then got around to like checking it out in January 2021 along with everyone else. Which was really fun. But yeah, the base, exactly what you just said. It was like, oh, here's a bunch of crap I can't even look up. And then I don't mean crap. I really like it. And I really liked cards and stuff. That's how I started. But it was, it solved, I don't know. It's like, oh, I want to look at this and also go online and like, look at it and see what other people think about it, with whatever. And there it is. So it was cool. I haven't been to a card shop in a minute for anything. But I was telling you this, you're like the expert onboarder. So you just need to hang out in card shops.
I go back to that card
shop and just
I do, and I talk to people all the time. And that's why I'm still bullish, is because every time no one knows about it. Everyone is like, what's TopShot? And so, we got to step up the marketing game, but also like, if 5% of the cardboard collectors jump in, like, there's not enough legendaries to go around for 5% of the card market.
I know that.
and you have most of them.
My buddy, in the whatever, I'm sure we all had like a few friends that joined up, and we were doing it for a while and then kind of like dropped by the wayside. Even getting them, which won't be hard soon. If even a modest sort of attention starts to rise again. That'll be just bringing back, I think, a lot of the users that were like very, very open to it, but for whatever reason got scared off. For a lot of reasons we could probably understand. If you're like, oh, it's a relaunch, you'd be like, oh, okay. I'm surprised too when I hear that more people haven't heard of it at all.
Right.
If for no other reason, I thought you would have heard of it and been like, oh yeah, that was that thing that's gone now.
Right.
But yeah, fewer than I would have thought.
Right. Yeah. So I want to start getting to card shows, and Yeah, I would love to get a bunch of crypto card slabs with cool
Mm-hmm.
moments in them and just
Mm-hmm.
take them to card shows. And my goal is to actually have like 12 of these crypto card slabs. And I want to actually have the moments for sale that they're seeing. And yeah, dude, here you go. You
Yes.
want to buy it? And just transfer it to them right there. It's theirs. Boom. They walk away with it. I think that's the move.
Everyone's ideas on marketing that I see are pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it's actually not a really, it's not super hard to market.
No, it's not.
Whenever you tell people, I mean, they're like, oh, it's easy to explain and you should aesthetically, but it's not really hard at all.
No, right.
I don't know why they haven't amped up marketing yet. I mean, I just assume that they're going to. I just assume it was related to all the like crypto crap that just was repealed and stuff, and litigation and all that stuff. Anyway, like I assume they were just like, oh, we're going to do a reset, and that reset's coming. But again, no one will look stupider than me. So you can pull up episode 82. My Twitter will be long deleted, but you can find this.
We'll be on Blue Sky.
Yeah, you won't find
new aliases.
I'm never gonna cop to this, but yeah, just there's too many people. I mean, even just right now, like when we were in Las Vegas, it was just like, oh, okay. There's like a lot of fun, smart, interesting, motivated people that think this is fun. So
100%.
And it is, I think, like I love the challenges. This is something like we haven't talked about it a lot. I like the thing about like the legendary. I like legendaries. First of all, as I pointed out, I have sort of graduated to legendaries. So I started doing commons, and then I started doing rares, and then and partly it's because like, oh, I know when I won't. By the time I got to doing legendaries, I know I won't get burned, or you kind of feel out. Anyway, the legendaries are fun because, like you said, there's only 50, there's only 99, and there's only 1 or 2, per player per season, if that. And so it's sort of, I mean, it's almost like poker or something like that more than it is. It's not at all like buying and selling commons.
Right.
It's not like you put an offer in and kind of hope it gets accepted, or which I do all the time. Or just kind of sit around. It's like there's like a finite number, and a finite number of those are locked. A finite number of those are someone's not selling because it's a special cereal. You're down to like 7 or 8 or 9, a dozen whatever moments, and which are the pieces to like another history.
Like a Wemby maybe, or
Wemby, for example.
Yeah.
And so I just think it's like a really fun aspect of it that again, I didn't start liking that part of TopShot at all. But now that's kind of what I gravitate towards. Yeah. That's the other thing I like about it. There's like these different worlds that exist within TopShot.
Totally. And they do a good job of like, I'm more of a rare and common guy. Like I own like 3 legendaries and before. And so like the crunch time set that's dropping, like I love that stuff. It's cool.
Seeing Stars was the first set. Seeing Stars was like, I was like, this is all the like best. And like it went terrible, but I stand by it. I was like, this is cool. These are all the all-stars, and like it was a challenge to get. And that was my,
I totally completed that set this year.
Yeah.
Finally. Yeah. And it's an awesome set. I think, man, we need to really we need to gang up on TopShot and say, give us merch, damn it. Because I want some shirts. I mean, Collectin and Connectin definitely has some good stuff, but man, how cool would it be to be able to trade in our moments and be able to get like a Seeing Stars shirt or something?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
there's tons of opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe next time we're chopping it up with Roham, we can pitch that to him.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that was a really, I had a good time at that dinner. That was the other reason I'm more like Roham and the vice president that were there and like talking to us. They were really, I mean, it was really thoughtful. At least the vibe was thoughtful.
It was sincere, genuine.
Yeah, that would be a really weird thing to do if they weren't serious going for
right.
it. I guess people would just have to take my word. Like this would be this is a strange move if you're not really like dedicated to what's going to go forward and stuff like that.
Right.
So that was my sort of overarching takeaway.
Yep. So, do you have a pick for our finals matchup this year? Do you have a prediction?
No. I'm Oklahoma City. I'm going with Oklahoma City. I kind of wanted to go with an NBA Cup final rematch just to, keep it grand.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know. That's why
it could happen.
It could.
We saw what Giannis is capable of.
Yeah, I know. They would have to do some sort of crazy trade. I think they just missed their chance to do the trade with.
Yeah, they could have had Luka for like. Let's not get into that. We'll make
I'm going. It's Celtics. That's really not fun at all. I'm sorry. OKC Celtics. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not very exciting.
The Cavs could.
I hope so. That'd be fun.
The Cavs could make it.
And they have fun.
Cavs are 100% legit.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I like their young players. Like they're really. It'd be fun to see if Mobley. He kind of pooped his pants. Not pooped his pants. He sort of was not as exciting as I had hoped to be. I had a lot of his rookies, rookie legendaries, so I was like very pro Mobley, and he kind of like disappointed me a little bit. So I had to scale back. But no, like Garland. I don't know. Garland seemed like he was going to be a top whatever player a few years ago. And I'm glad he's kind of having a resurgence now.
Yeah.
I know he's always been good, but he's suddenly getting like recognition again. I feel like.
He's having an awesome season.
Yeah. They feel like if not, it's just which year is going to be their year.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
They're going to get better and better. And Magic though.
Yeah. Love me some Paulo.
Mm-hmm. If people didn't like me before that, I went to Duke too. So I kind of follow some of the Duke players too. So like Paolo, I like the Magic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But other than, him, there's not that many good Duke players.
Just that Jason Tatum guy. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I know. That was just when I was there. No good.
And Kyle Filipowski, Jazz legend.
I'm excited for Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, hopefully,
and
future Jazz legend Cooper Flag.
Yeah, is the whole state revolving around getting Cooper Flag?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, 100%. We are all in the pooper for Cooper.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, he's gonna be. He's really good. So
yeah,
hot take. Cooper Flag.
Didn't he just turn 18?
Yeah,
I swear he just turned 18 a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So
what other this year's rookie class has been, we kind of knew it was going to be a little underwhelming, being bookended between Wemby and Flag too. But it has not. I think last year everyone was saying, what is TopShot going to do when the rookies? And in my mind, it hasn't really. The rookie, I guess, drops are not quite as dramatic as they were last year.
But I get to complete the rookie set this year, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I still don't have a rookie Wemby because those things were $350 or some crazy nonsense.
Yeah, I know. That's good though. That's like the good old days.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think the rookie class has been. It hasn't been amazing, but like Sar has been awesome.
Yeah,
Misi's been great. Castle's been fun. There's been a lot of fun, good rookies that I think it's been a little better than people wanted to give it credit.
Yeah, totally. I hope it stays that way.
Do you have a rookie of the year prediction?
Nope.
Yeah.
I have not. I don't. I'm also not yet in. I'm not in basketball hardo mode yet. At least I am. I say NFL reigns supreme for me. until I was really disappointed
2 weeks
in the Christmas move. That was my transition day into NBA. Like other people complained about NFL taking that over. I had a problem with that too, because that's kind of the time I start paying attention to the NBA, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. But yeah, after the All-Star break is when I pay attention more. Although I will tell you, I pay attention more to like individual players, especially on teams I don't know, because of TopShot than I ever did before. I mean, like like I was saying, I just kind of follow the teams that are good. So I never follow certain teams.
Right.
And now I'm like, oh yeah, I know the whole Pistons roster, of course.
Yeah.
You got Jalen, you got Trey.
And you know what year they got drafted, because you're like,
totally.
what series was his rookie moment? Oh yeah, S4.
Dude, 100%. Yeah.
So, and I've always been like pretty quick to poo-poo at fast break, because I don't want my moments to just be pieces for a game. But I'll tell you what, man, it has me watching fourth quarters of game of like Nets versus Jazz. I mean, I would say Jazz because they suck, but like, Nets Blazers, I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, I mean,
is Shaden Sharp gonna hit? You know what I mean? Like, hats off. Like,
absolutely. And to your point, you were saying that this sort of replaces the card shop, like quick grip. TopShot has sort of taken the place of stopping and like grabbing a pack. For me, it's taken the place of like a whatever $50 bet or $20 bet on like on whatever DraftKings or whatever.
Yeah.
Like instead, that's what I would do before. Like, Lakers Kings. What's the line? Okay, I'm gonna root for the Kings tonight. And that is what I used to. I mean, I still do it, but that's what like I still do it constantly. But no, but it's like that. That has been like more than supplanted by like fast break and like, this player, I think their value is going to go up, and you could sort of fill that same void. Like I didn't fill the pack rip void, but it was definitely like my Bovada account.
Yeah.
It's not that I was withdrawing anyway, but I just deposit a lot slower now into
I'm kind of glad that we don't have sports betting in Utah. We have like daily fantasy betting, but there's no over. Yeah.
I mean, again, I'm a little immune to the, I think that was it turned out that was important for me.
Yeah.
Turned out it was important that I was conditioned to, resist that.
Yeah. Gamble responsibly, folks.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Right. But that's the thing too. It feels a lot less like gambling than it used to. I mean,
totally.
Never felt like gambling, like the pack drops and things like that. It was like, well, this is going to be great, or it's going to be no good at all. And now it's, I mean, pack by pack it changes, but it's not like there's these wild EV swings between hundreds of dollars and stuff like that. Going back to your stability point.
Yeah.
Much more sort of.
It's pretty predictable.
Yeah. In a good way.
You know what Well, RybaGuy.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
It's been awesome having you. I feel like we need to get you back on in a month or two. What do you think?
Sure. Yeah, man. The
follow-up episode.
Well, after the Wemby challenge.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you got to hunker down for a couple days.
Yeah, right. I really have to concentrate. Yeah, go in the bunker. Look, tell Free Ball I'm sorry about the Mavs.
Yeah. Well, he's got to watch this to edit it. So,
Free
Ball, we're sorry.
Yeah, we're sorry, dude. I'm sorry I talked too fast.
We saw. Did you see the video of the Mavs fan that they pulled up to the arena with the coffin?
Yeah. There's been a lot of good content.
There really
the decision. A lot of like the in a way it's sort of the opposite because it's a published staged televised event, but the reactions were sort of similar, I think.
Yeah. The hatred is there. It's just not
exactly. The bitterness. I'm excited to see it play out. It'll be fun. Again.
And I think we got like 5 or so days until Luka makes his Laker debut, I think.
Good question. So I don't know when that happens. That'll be okay.
I thought it was February 8th.
I have schedule up right now. When is it? It's gotta be.
I feel like it was the 8th, but I could be.
Yeah, this won't be. I won't be able to get it soon enough. But yeah, that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome. Oh, so presumably he'll have a Fresh Threads moment. Yeah.
I'm wondering. I have no idea. I'm wondering if they'll do like a master set.
Right.
I don't know. I don't want to speculate.
In the past, he did it like they would break it into 2, which makes sense.
Right.
Then you have like the off-season trades, and then you have like in-season before the deadline trades.
Yeah.
So that would make sense. I mean, that'd be obviously that would be cool. Like, I always liked Fresh Threads because there's so much dialogue about off-season stuff, and I feel like people didn't think it was. Or I don't know.
Well, and it's cool to look back. It's sorry to interrupt, but it's cool to look back and you see your moments and you forget. Like, oh yeah, I forgot Westbrook played for 17 teams in a span of 3 months.
It's like, dude, it's like, half the discourse online is about like who's going to which team in the offseason and forcing their way out and blah, blah. And so that's why I always thought Fresh Threads was kind of like a really interesting. Yeah, it's like a summation of.
Totally.
Yeah. Random set one I liked. You mentioned earlier. Yeah.
Well,
sorry. Thanks for thanks for having me.
Appreciate it coming on.
Yeah,
appreciate your time. Yeah, let's do it again in a month or 2.
Sounds
good luck stacking your Legos.
Yeah, will do.
And we will see you in the streets of, of the loans.
You'll see me. I don't
All right, my friend.
Any offers during this pod, so no one's going to believe me that I'm not a pod. All right. See ya.
Thanks a ton, my friend.
Yeah, man.
I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
We have new episodes every Tuesday, so make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with us. And in the meantime, why don't you check out our merch store at shop.collectinandconnectin.com, where we have floaty hoodies, Stack Them Rook shirts, the iconic Collectin and Connectin Good Vibes hoodies, and so much more. Check it out, guys, and until then, we'll see you next Tuesday.